I recently was on vacation and got to experience the first ever Pokemon amusement park in PokePark Kanto. My goal is to give you tips on how to fully enjoy your day at the new parks. Feel free to jump around the video for sections that you are most interested in. Number 1. Getting your tickets. Tickets to many of the big attractions in Japan are either first come first serve basis or lottery. As a result, it's pretty tough for foreigners to get a hold of these tickets. They also only let you book so far in advance, meaning you have to know when the tickets go live and be ready to refresh your tabs like crazy in hopes of getting one. The only reason I believe I was lucky enough to get the tickets at all was because I nabbed them during their first ever public ticket opening. I went in March of 2026, just barely 1 month after the park opened to the public. I stayed up until 2 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for the release and was met with a crashy, buggy website. I went to bed empty-handed and it wasn't until 6 in the morning when I woke up to use the restroom that, oh geez, there's tickets available. If I hadn't woken up to go to the restroom, I would have not gotten my tickets. Because this was a pure stroke of luck, this is the only section in the video I cannot offer concrete advice on. I know we're off to a great start. It'll get better. Now that the park has been open for a few months, you can check the website for prices and availability here. I'll link it in the description as well. However, keep in mind that you can only book 2 months out in advance. As you'll probably see, they're all sold out. This might be a common occurrence in booking big ticket items during your Japan trip for things like the Pokemon Cafe, the Ghibli Museum, etc. if those are on your list too. 2. Types of tickets. There are 3 types of tickets you can purchase. The Town Pass, Trainer's Pass, and lastly, the Ace Trainer's Pass. I'll go over them, but I'll also link a page describing them in detail if you would like. The Town Pass only gives you access to the main Sedge Town. No Pokemon Forest, no meet and greets, no special gift shop. The Trainer Pass gives you access to Sedge Town and gives you a dedicated time slot to explore the Pokemon Forest. The Ace Trainer's Pass gives you access to Sedge Town, unlimited access to the Pokemon Forest, and guarantees you a time slot for one of the shows, being Pika Pika Sparks. You also get special goodies and attraction tickets, which I will go over later in the video. In terms of pricing, it's pretty straightforward. Ace Trainer is the most expensive. The prices can also vary slightly depending on the day you want to go, which is indicated on the calendar. I'll be looking at the most expensive days just so you can be prepared for the biggest amount of money to get into the park, but know that you can get in there for cheaper. If you go on the most expensive days indicated in yellow on the calendar, the cost will be 5,500 yen or $35 for the Town Pass, 9,400 yen or $59 for the Trainer Pass, and lastly 16,500 yen or $104 for the Ace Trainer's Pass. Once again, those prices are if you happen to book the most expensive day. In contrast, if you book on their least expensive days indicated in blue on the calendar, your costs will be 4,700 yen or $30 for the Town Pass, which is $5 cheaper, 7,900 yen or $50 for the Trainer's Pass, which is almost $10 cheaper, and lastly 14,000 yen or $88 for the Ace Trainer's Pass, which is like $15 cheaper. I believe that when I booked, I was on one of the blue days, getting 3 Ace Trainer passes for my party at about $88, which leads me to my next point. How many people are planning to go to the park with you? This is important because one person can only buy 2 tickets. I didn't know this, and the 3rd person in my party almost didn't get to go. So if your party consists of 3 or more people, have another person ready to book tickets whenever they go live as well. Plus, it might increase your chances of getting any tickets at all. So what ticket should you get? Honestly, if you're a Pokemon fan, you'll want to get at least the Trainer's Pass. Pokemon Forest is whimsical and you won't want to miss it. As a huge fan since childhood, I am biased in saying that you should get the Ace Trainer's Pass. It gives you far more flexibility for your day, and in terms of park tickets, these prices are pretty reasonable. 3. Getting to the park. PokePark Kanto is part of Yomiuri Land, and honestly, it's a pain in the neck to get to. This amusement park is definitely out of the way, so you'll want to plan accordingly. If you're confident in navigating the trains, then sure, you can start in Tokyo and take the trains to Yomiuri Land. Then once you made it to the station, you can take the Sky Gondola up the mountain to the park. However, if you're like me who isn't familiar with public transportation and struggled greatly with the trains, you can get a cab from Tokyo and arrive in under an hour. Yes, it's pricey, but it was pretty stress-free and a comfortable way to get to PokePark Kanto. If a cab ride is in your budget, I would recommend it, but I understand if it's not, so definitely check the train routes ahead of time. Now, what time should you actually get to the park? The main park, Yomiuri Land, opens at 9 a.m., but the Kanto PokePark section doesn't open until 10 a.m. If you want to book the special gift shop or the meet and greets, you'll want to get to the park before 9 in the morning. Once your main ticket is scanned to get into the main Yomiuri Land, you can start booking attractions on the app. This counts as the main park opening, not PokePark Kanto. So if you're there at 9 a.m., you can start booking stuff for PokePark Kanto. But if you plan to get there at 10 a.m. when the PokePark opens, the shop and the meet and greets will probably be sold out by then. I was able to get a time slot for the gift shop, but I was unable to get any of the Pokemon meet and greets despite being there right as the park opened. In a nutshell, if you want to book the gift shop and the meet and greets, get to Yomiuri Land's main park at around 8:30 a.m. to get in line for opening. If you do not care about the gift shop or meet and greets, show up when you want to. If you want the most of your day, maybe between 9 and 10 a.m. Number 4, the app. Much like how Tokyo Disneyland operates a lot of its attractions within the app, so does PokePark Kanto. You can book meet and greets, shows, and the gift shop through here. You will also have your tickets via QR code, which is crucial. The catch is, as a foreigner, you cannot access the app until you are physically in Japan. This is another layer of frustration as you cannot set up your tickets ahead of time, but you can download the app while you're at home, waiting for your trip. My recommendation would be to print out a physical copy of your confirmation and your tickets and bring it with you. Your tickets that you print out should have a code to scan. Once you're in Japan and have a moment, scan all of your physical tickets using the app so it loads in. If your party has Ace Trainer passes, you will not need to group them together, as this pass has the most freedom. If you bought any of the other ticket types, you can group your party together once all your tickets are scanned. You can also view food options, merchandise, and show times on the app to see what you would like to get or what you would like to do. This app is going to be your digital key. Staff members will ask you to show your app to double check your reservation times, the type of pass you have, etc. Thankfully, only one person in your party needs to download the app, which is nice. If you're worried, you can have everyone in your group download it, but I don't think you need to unless for some reason you cannot get your party tickets grouped together. There were times where I was confused or needed help, but with the language barrier, I struggled to express my needs. Whenever I showed staff my phone, they were able to know the type of ticket I had and point me in the right direction. Plus, plenty of the staff do speak basic English, so don't worry. Number 5, accessibility. Unfortunately, I do have to bring up accessibility because of the restrictions. The PokePark constantly iterates that if you cannot walk up 110 steps of stairs, you should not do the Pokemon Forest. This automatically makes the forest section not wheelchair accessible, which sucks. However, the 110 steps refers to the Bidoof area, and it's greatly over-exaggerated. I fell on day 2 of my trip, and I messed up my knees pretty bad. I might have been limping around Japan, but I was still able to do those steps, so don't stress. You can take your time within the forest so you can go up these steps at your own pace. The entirety of Yomiuri Land is also on a mountain, meaning there are a lot of uneven surfaces. I found myself nearly tripping quite a bit when leaving the PokePark Kanto area, and there's a decent amount of stairs at the entrance to the entire facility. You'll encounter some steep places as well, such as the Rhyhorn area in the Pokemon Forest. If your health isn't in the best of shape, you should still be able to navigate the park just fine. But if you are in a wheelchair, I am afraid it might be a bit harder. Sedge Town should be okay as it's pretty flat, but you will automatically lose out on the Pokemon Forest, which is a huge bummer. And I hope the park is able to work out a solution for better accessibility in its future. Number 6. The rides. Kanto PokePark only has 2 rides, the Eevee Voyage and Pika Pika Paradise. Both rides are extremely child-friendly, and they do the same thing. They go around in a circle. There are booths nearby to buy tickets, and you get to pick a time slot. Because of this system, there's actually almost no lines for the ride throughout the day. The crowd control this park exhibited was extremely well done. Each ticket for the rides are 1,200 yen for adults and 800 yen for children, translating to like $8 USD or $5 USD for children. The rides are not a must-do in my opinion, but you'll have fun if you choose to do so. If you have the Ace Trainer Pass, do not make the same mistake I did. You have to go to a special booth in the park to get your free tickets for the rides and other goodies. I did this towards the end of my stay, which means I spent additional money for the ride tickets when I was supposed to have that included in my pass. This section is pretty straightforward, so let's jump to the next one. Number 7, Ace Trainer Pass Specialties. When you buy the most expensive pass, you get special access. You can enter both Sedge Town and the Pokemon Forest whenever you like, and you even get re-entry to the Pokemon Forest if you want to walk it again. When you first get checked in, you will receive a wristband and a paper voucher. It is important you redeem your paper voucher at the start of your trip. I just talked about how I missed this and ended up paying for the rides when I didn't need to. I'll put on the screen a map of Sedge Town and circle where the booth is. Go here and show them your voucher. They will give you free tickets to the rides with no time limitations and a special Pokédex souvenir pouch. This is great for displaying your pins. You will also be told that you get an exclusive meet and greet with Carnival Eevee and Pikachu. The special meet and greet takes place in a location that's not super obvious to visitors. I got lost finding it, so I'm just gonna tell you where it is. Next to Eevee Voyage is a Kecleon Pokemon trying to blend in with the wall. There you should be able to find an employee nearby. This is the employee to talk to about your special Eevee and Pikachu meet and greet. The wooden wall behind them actually opens as a secret door to enter the area. I walked around this multiple times as this is a pretty discreet area. After you have your meet and greet with Pikachu and Eevee, go back to the station where you got your special items and they will print out one of the photos of your choosing to keep as a souvenir. You also get to choose between 2 folder holders, which are adorable. The staff managing the meet and greet will give you a receipt with a code to look at your photos online to pick. As a bonus, every single individual in your party gets to choose a photo, assuming they have the Ace Trainer Pass. So for me, I had 3 people in my party with the Ace Trainer Pass. That means we got to choose 3 different photos for them to print and 3 photo holders for each of us. You'll definitely want to go to this booth earlier in your day if you get this pass. Number 8. What to do in Sedge Town. There's a number of activities to do in Sedge Town, so if you're not able to get into the Pokemon Forest and buy the Town Pass, don't worry. First, you can get various treats. You can get Eevee themed coffee and some fun pastries. You can get various types of onigiri with Pikachu. And lastly, you can get some theme park food from Alteria. You can also find drinks in the vending machines and get exclusive drinks from the Pokemart. I did not know about the fancy Pokemart drinks until the end of the day when they were sold out. So, if one of these drinks is a must-do for you, make sure you check out the Pokemart offerings in the app so you don't miss it. Oh, and of course there is popcorn at the Snorlax booth. The Snorlax popcorn bucket is absolutely hilarious because the body is hard plastic except you can squish the stomach. That level of attention to detail was pretty wild. Honestly, this is your typical theme park food experience with Pokemon branding on it. I did not find the food very enjoyable aside from the coffee and pastry I had at the Eeveelution themed food booth. I believe you can bring your own food into the park and maybe you can bring a snack or 2. Aside from food, you can buy merchandise in some of the outdoor booths, not to be confused with the exclusive Daisuke gift shop that you have to reserve a slot for. I'll talk more about that shop in detail later. As for the outdoor shops, you'll find merchandise related to Eevee and Pikachu near their respective rides, some headbands and hats, and of course the mystery Pokeball pins. I highly recommend you buy some of these mystery pins. They all say PokePark Kanto on them, and you are encouraged to trade among staff and other guests. Keep in mind, there's usually always a line for these, but they move the guests pretty fast. This is also the one item in the park you are allowed to buy multiples of. Everything else is 1 item per guest, but you are allowed up to 10 Pokeballs per guest. And if you buy 10 Pokeballs, you get an empty Premier Ball just like the games. I wish the Premier Ball had something in it too, but alas. Thankfully, shopping and food isn't all there is to do in Sedge Town. There are a few fun little mini games that you can partake in too. First, you can play a Diglett ring toss. Everyone gets 1 chance to toss a ring and hopefully secure a Diglett. If you do so successfully, you get a Diglett sticker. If you fail, you still get a sticker, but Diglett's hiding. Everyone in my party missed, so we have 3 hiding Diglett stickers. There's a booth where you will be given a giant Pokemon card with the art window cut out. Your mission is to find the 2 Pokemon in the park that fit the card criteria and take a photo. Once you've taken the photos, you show them to the staff members at the same booth and you'll get sticker sheets. When I went, the 2 targets were Eevee and Luxray. Naturally, that meant the sticker sheets were themed off of these Pokemon too. It was difficult to take photos that didn't blur because of the foreground and background, but the the staff was nice and accepted my goofy shots anyway. You also have the bubble parade where Pikachu and Eevee dance in front of the fountain. This parade happens twice. Once at 1:20 p.m. and the other time at 3:55 p.m. It's a really cute parade and it's a great way to take a break from walking around in the park. There is another show called Pika Pika Sparks, but you need to reserve a time for this. If you buy the Ace Trainer Pass, the time that's associated with the pass you're buying is the reserved time for Pika Pika Sparks. This show is about 25 minutes and it's also pretty cute. I'll be honest with you, I'm not a huge parade or show fan, so if I missed it, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but it's cute. If you're someone who's like me who doesn't like these shows as much, don't stress about missing it, but if you like parades or shows, you'll want to make sure you get this. Now, you may have seen some videos online, but you can also bring your Pokemon plushie to Nurse Joy at the Pokemon Center. If you are the first in line, you'll get to bring in the 6 Pokeballs. Afterwards, the staff will ask who has a plushie they want to get healed, and don't worry. If there's more than 6, they'll break it into groups so everyone who wants to gets a chance to. Speaking of plushies, almost everyone there brought their favorite Pokemon as a plushie. You'll want to bring one of yours even if you don't want to do Nurse Joy's healing activity. And of course, there are a ton of photo opportunities with all the Pokemon scattered around the town. If you are unable to do the Pokemon Forest, you'll still get to see plenty of Pokemon. Don't forget about the gym battle area that requires you to snake up a ramp to find near the end of the facility. I almost missed it until I was leaving for the day. Now that we've gone over a lot of Sedge Town, let's go over what to do in the Pokemon Forest. Number 9. What to do in the Pokemon Forest. Whether you have a set time or the Ace Trainer Pass, you'll have to leave Sedge Town to re-enter the Pokemon Forest. You'll be given a little booklet with Jigglypuff on it. The people will be let in the forest in waves. Before entering the forest, you'll walk through the professor's lab and be reminded of the rules. And they're pretty funny. Honestly, the Pokemon Forest is one huge photo opportunity. The Pokemon statues were so clean and full of personality. I was surprised I enjoyed it so much. You can take photos of the Pokemon doing all sorts of things, check the booklet, and I saw many fans taking photos of their plushies with the Pokemon. It was a pretty wholesome experience, but if you're not huge into taking photos, maybe this isn't for you. However, I cannot stress enough the quality of these Pokemon statues. There was only one statue that I saw that had a visible scuff mark on it, and it's this Gumi photo I took here. You'll want to keep an eye out for shiny and ditto Pokemon. I found 1 shiny and 2 ditto Pikachus, for example. The forest is pretty straightforward, and just in case you skipped the accessibility section of my video, don't worry about the 110 stair step requirement. It's in the Beto section, and you can take your time going up and down. However, the whole Pokemon Forest cannot be accessed by a wheelchair. Number 10. The Daisuke gift shop. I've mentioned numerous times that there's a gift shop that you must reserve a time for. This is the Daisuke gift shop at the beginning of the park. It's in the building where this little paper theater of Pikachu and Eevee are playing on the side. If you love Pokemon and want to buy some unique merchandise, you'll want to secure a spot. I did not understand why this gift shop was a reserved attraction until I got inside. This shop was incredible. They had so many unique items to the Kanto PokePark and its rides. For example, you can get plushies of the Eevee and Pikachu mascots. You can get merch surrounding the theme of the VV Voyage rides, such as pens, pendants, and even this umbrella that I bought. There's also a plushie wall here like many of the Pokemon centers, but I believe here it's only the first 151 Pokemon. Even if you aren't super huge into merchandise, I'd still try to book a time just in case there's something inside that surprises you. Worst case, you leave the shop without buying anything, but you don't want to be robbed of the chance in case there's something in there that you'll want. For example, there's this really nice Kanto PokePark bag that you can only get in the shop. Bag cannot be bought anywhere in the park. Everything in this shop has a 1 item purchase per limit as well, but if you like the VV Voyage keychains, for example, you can buy the entire set instead of mystery packs. There's a bunch of exclusive merchandise there, and if you are unable to gain access to the shop, don't worry. Merchandise is sold throughout Sedge Town, but you will miss out on a larger selection and some exclusives like the mascot, Eevee, and Pikachu plushies. I truly hope this guide was in-depth and will prove useful for your future PokePark Kanto trip. I'm sorry for not being able to provide better tips in the Get Your Tickets section, as I genuinely just got lucky, but I hope I was able to give you good advice once you make it into the park. If this guide helped you, please leave a like and let me know. My main content focuses on character design in gacha games like Genshin or Zenless Zone Zero, so if you don't like gacha game content, do not subscribe because I don't do videos like this guide very often. This video is like a passion project of mine. Because I loved my time in the park so much, I want to give other foreigners a chance to have fun too. Thank you, and maybe I'll see you in a future video.